Revenant Orks are one of the easiest and fastest ways to make money in the game with very little requirements, and today not only am I going to show you the loot from 1000 Revenant Orks, I'm going to show you guys how I escaped from Pkers, how many times we got attacked while doing 1000, and all the tips and tricks I know about the ins and outs of the Revenant caves. So without further ado, let's get started. We are going to be doing today's video on my level 125 combat account in Sandview. This is the gear we're going to be wearing when we arrive to the Revenant Orks. This setup is on the expensive side, costing 2.6 mil out the door, but the defense bonuses are insane. Being over plus 300 in all melee defenses and a near plus 400 range defense, you cannot get tankier than this without a Din's Bulwark. You can definitely get by with a cheaper setup, but the better your defensive gear, the harder it will be for PKers to damage you. As for the inventory, we've got an 8 roost setup, 4 anglerfish we're going to use for combo food. I've got 1 summer pie because that enables us to access the level 89 agility shortcut. That way we can escape from PKers if they don't have it. I've got 8 super restores, the looting bag, the bastion potion, a super anti-venom, a royal seed pod telly that lets you telly over 20, all the way up to 30 wilderness, and of course our god d'hide body and web weaver switch that we're going to be using to kill the Revenant Orks. And last but not least, I've reset the loot tracker, that way you guys are able to see every single GP we make this episode. And without further ado, 3, 2, 1, let's get started. Before I leave for every trip, I'm going to be eating 1 blighted anglerfish and taking 1 sip from the chugging barrel. If you don't know what this is a pre-pot device. You can load it with any potions you want, and when you take 1 sip, it sips all of them at the same time. In my chugging barrel, I've got stamina and bastion potions, regular, not divine. I like these over the divine because they last longer than 5 minutes. I usually use them for 7 to 8 minutes before I repot, and they don't deduct any health. Also, before we head out, I want you guys to enable 2 extremely helpful plugins. That is the Wilderness Player Alarm. You can configure it any way you want, but anytime a PKer or anyone comes into your area, you can configure it to flash for 1 second, 3 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever you want, but it'll flash red on your screen notifying you there's someone in your area, and this is a huge help for not letting PKers get an advantage on you. I'm also going to enable Death Daughter. What this does is when someone stands under you, like a PKer for example, hiding what their next attack is going to be, it makes you invisible so you can see everything they're going to do next. It is extremely helpful for tanking PKers and for PKing as well, so I highly recommend turning that on. Okay, eat your blighted, drink from the chugging barrel, put the chugging barrel back in the bank, restock on anglerfish, and let's go to Revs. Okay, first thing, this spot in the very front when you enter Revs is my favorite spot to kill orcs because they're super close together, which makes your running back and forth way faster when you're picking up the loot. Even though I have the 89 agility shortcut back here, these front revs just go so smooth, so I'm going to look for a world that's open hopefully, but if not, we're going to move to the back. Okay, nice, we found an open world. I tend to go to the higher skill total worlds because not only does there tend to be less PKers, there also tends to be a lot less competition. When I'm doing Rev Orks with the Web Weaver, I like to use Hawkeye. I don't use anything higher than that. With our 99 range paired up with the bonus damage and accuracy from the Web Weaver and the Avarice, we kill these orcs so fast the Hawkeye is really all you need. Okay, we have our first PKer. Now, tip number 1 is don't panic. Put on your Thorax plate body, throw on your crystal shield and your rune crossbow, and protect from magic. Even if you aren't good at switching prayers, this combination of tank gear and protect from magic will be insanely tanky against range and melee attacks while cutting all magic damage down by 40%. If you are confident in your prayer switches, I highly recommend focusing on protecting against the right attacks because if done properly, you cut incoming damage down by 40%. If there is food on the ground, try and utilize it before running away. It will make your chances at survival even higher and your teleblock timer is still ticking down anyways. Another huge tip is utilizing the agility jumps. Even just hopping back and forth while tanking disables their melee attacks and causes them to spend more time jumping and less time attacking you. Always keep your health above max with the Sarah Brews while tanking, and staying calm and clear-headed while being attacked by a PKer is the biggest defense you have. And we have our second PKer. Now, this guy actually does get a good amount of damage in on us in the first 30 seconds, and at one point even asked if I'm TSN, which I reply yes, and they still stayed on me. We managed to escape thanks to the pillar jumping, and we lived to see another day. One of the nice things about Revs is whenever your web weaver is out of charges, you can just take off your bracelet, uncharge it, and use the ether on your bow. And boom, you're ready to go. Whenever you've got a surplus of extra anglerfish on the ground, always be sure to utilize them to keep your health above maximum, giving you an additional slight advantage if a Pker does come. We have our first Rev boss. Now, normally you're supposed to protect from range, but in this setup, I swapped to my Thorax plate body, throw on Rigor and protect from magic, and now we have extremely high range defense, and are still only able to get half TB'd by a Pker. A full 5-minute TB is much harder to tank, especially when your supplies have been lowered by the boss. And thanks to the Avarice and the Webweaver bow, we still out DPS of Vigor's Chainmace even in full tank gear for a beautiful 1 mil totem and 30 minutes of surge boost damage against Revs. Pker number 3. This guy did almost no damage to us, and at one point I even thought we were gonna KO him. We were doing so much DPS bolt ragging with vengeance that he had to teleport away. Our first quote-unquote rare drop, magic seeds, and 5 of them. Almost 500k, you know what? I'm happy with that. Thank you, Revenant Orks. That is our first full 45-minute trip completed without seeing one Pker, and check out the looting bag. Absolutely insane, 3.6 mil in 45 minutes, beautiful. Following up our first rare drop with our second back-to-back magic into 5 U seeds. Obviously I wish it was an emblem or a weapon, but I'll take it. Wow, we're almost 500 Rev Orc KC in, and this is our first Dragon Plate Link drop. Literally 475 KC to see some Dragon Plate Links. But later not, we're grateful. Another juicy trip done for exactly 2.5 mil. Nice little Dragon Plate skirt, we'll take that. Here we have PK number 4. Now here is the hilarious thing about this one, guys. I'm pretty sure this guy has attacked us before, if not in this video, definitely in the past. And we end up tanking him so well, and he ends up doing such little amount of damage that he says we have cringe gear. Bro, it's the wilderness. The whole point is to survive. Don't be mad that you could do no damage to us. Good fight, Pker number 4. Here's Pker number 5, and I'm going to show you guys another way to escape even when teleblocked. Here, I am utilizing the agility jump so he can't AGS spec me, and when I see that my entangle is up and he is in melee gear, I make a run around the corner, getting gap from the Pker and logging out. Pker number 6 is none other than Pker and YouTuber Messiah. Messiah decides to go with the Fire Surge Nox Halley route, but does no damage, and we end up getting the gap log out once again. The beloved double Dragon Plate skirt drop, thank you Revenant Orks. We got another Rev boss. As always, we're going to slap on the Thorax plate, turn off run to kite the AoE attacks, and we have secured another 1 mil totem and 30 minutes of extra damage. Beautiful. We got another Rev boss. Dude, we still have the timer. It's been less than 30 minutes since the last one. And I haven't not taken one sip of brew or eaten one food, and we are doing so much damage. It's already less than half HP. And there we go, boys. Another boss down for another 1 mil totem. Dude, beautiful. And another 30 minutes of the extra damage, man. Pker number 7 started off extremely strong. When they are in Elite Void is the most dangerous because of the extra damage and accuracy, so you need to focus on getting your protection prayers correct. I made sure to use all the food on the ground before spamming the jump, which ended up with us leaving alive. Pker number 8 had everything. Bofa, Crystal, Fang, everything. But we stuck to the plan, used the food on the ground, worked the jump, and eventually got the gap escape. Guys, we have actually made it, ladies and gentlemen. With this kill, this will be a clean 1,000 Revenant Orks completed. After this, we'll go to Edge Bank, take a look at the loot tracker, and crunch the data. And then we'll come to our conclusions and do a 50,000 Rev Ether giveaway from last video. And of course, loot number 1,000 is literally nothing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look to the right at the loot tracker, we did exactly 1,000 Revenant Orks for a total of 19.3 mil. Now, not only did we do that, we attacked 4 Revenant Maledictus and were successful getting the most DPS on 3 of them. And we got 1 mil totems every time, super lucky. You have a chance at either a guaranteed 500k or a guaranteed 1 mil, and we got the 1 mil every time, so that actually really helped out our GP an hour. So the grand total is 22.4 mil. I would say most of that is all profit. We barely use any supplies. As you can see, you get blighted restores from the Orks. You get a ton of blighted food noted. The only supplies we really spent money on are the Bastion potions and the brews, which we didn't even use probably more than 20. So I would deduct 500k from the total, leaving us at a nice 21.9 mil. As for how long it took just about 5 hours and 30 minutes, and that's with getting attacked by 9 Pkers. But most of the Pkers we escaped in less than a minute, and even the ones we did half TB tank was only 2.5 minutes total. So less than 30 minutes all in all dealing with the Pkers. And most importantly, we did not die one time. We were alive the entire video, so we don't deduct any negative profit from deaths. Now it's time to give back to you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into the 50,000 Revenant giveaway from last video. Our last video had 108 unique comments. That means your chance at 10,000 Revenant is 1 out of 108. And without further ado, 3, 2, 1, good luck, good luck, good luck, everybody. We got 7 seconds on the clock. Who is gonna win this video's 50,000 Rev Ether? We've got Caleb Malcolm 7423. That Voidwaker Smite or Forget was awesome and totally fair to keep the difference in the risk. RSN Gold Caleb. Gold Caleb, thank you so much, my brother. To claim your 50,000 Rev Ether, all you gotta do is join the TSN Friends chat. If I'm online, I'm normally in there on one of my accounts, so I will see you in there very soon. If you didn't win, do not worry. All you gotta do is be a subscriber and leave your comment down below, and you're entered to win another 50,000 Rev Ether giveaway on the next video I post. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, guys. We have a ton of content already on the channel ready for you to watch. We got PK videos, 24-hour challenges, from scratch series, hardcore Ironman videos, and that series is returning very soon. Anti-PKing, PVM videos, you name it, we got it. So subscribe to the channel and check it out today. And if you're looking for a cool place to come hang out, we got the TSN Friends chat. Anyone can join. All that we ask is you're chill and respectful. Other than that, all you gotta do is type in TSN and hopefully we'll see you in there. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all Friday with a brand new video. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.